Friday night.
Hello, VIP group for Empowered Women of Chicago. Welcome to night 5 of financial education here with Purse Strings, and tonight we have Samantha Sennett with us tonight. So,
hey Sam, so glad that you're here. Maggie, I did hear a little bit of an echo, but it may have gone away. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was from your end, but I don't know.
Well, I think it went away, so that's a good thing nonetheless. Hello, everyone in Chicagoland. Thanks for joining us on Fearless Friday night. Purse Strings provides free online tools and resources for women, so to arm you with the tools and resources to make smart financial decisions. And we also have a whole cadre of Purse Strings approved professionals. Samantha is one of them, and those are the professionals who we've trained and vetted and support, and they've shown us how they really reach the female market. So many of us, like Sam, really focus on working with women. They've been through a lot of experiences women have been through, and they've been there. So a lot of times that's what brings them to the work that they're doing in financial services or in whatever kind of financial coaching. A lot of times that's how people land in those positions. They don't want other women to go through what they've experienced, or they want to help them along the way or help them feel empowered. We have lots of different financial professionals. Tomorrow we'll be highlighting two, Michelle and Marla, a mortgage lender and a realtor. So we have lots of different financial professionals. But tonight we're going to focus on Samantha about all things preparing for a safe, secure, and fun retirement.
Yes, it should be very exciting. So again, tomorrow morning we'll be on at 11 o'clock. But let me give a little intro to Samantha before we get started. So with over 25 years of knowledge, experience, and expertise, she offers a one-stop shop experience supporting women and working towards their financial goals. As a transition wealth planner, her services are related to big life events such as change in marital status due to divorce or death, retirement, sale of a business, sale of a home or property, and legacy planning. In addition to helping small business owners design and implement employee health benefits, and 401k programs, which assist them to attract top talent in competitive marketplaces. So Samantha, we are so excited to have you tonight to our wonderful group of women. And I'll give you the floor to get started.
Thank you so much, Maggie and Dr. Barb. It's really great to be here. I'm excited to share some of my knowledge and hopefully help some VIP women get even more empowered. So I've got a slideshow here. I thought we would just kind of jump into that. If we can get that going. There we go. Okay. So as women, there are certain challenges for us that are different for men. And so I think it's important to just bring that out in the open, talk about them, and address that elephant in the room, and then make sure that we know how we can address those challenges. So I'm not able to move forward. Maggie, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here. You can't move forward. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. It doesn't work on the keyboard with the little arrows?
Nope.
Let's see. Move it and just re-add it. Do you want to try and reshare it? Or I mean, yeah, make it big again.
Okay, take two.
It would just be too good if we got it in one go, you know? Oh, perfect. Now we're coming along.
Okay.
Look at that. In the screen.
Yeah, it's still not moving. Are you able to?
No, I don't have the slide, so I'm not able to move that.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess we will stop the screen share and I'll just go through it without it being seen. Unless you know a better idea.
You can try and send it to me and you can get started and I can pull it up. Otherwise, we could just speak to it and run with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you should have it. I'll send it right now again.
Okay. And then we'll just jump on in.
Okay. Okay. All righty. So what are the special challenges that women deal with planning for retirement? One, we have longer life expectancies, which is great. Two, at older ages, we're more likely to be living on our own. We're more likely to take career breaks for family caregiving. And often we earn less, have less retirement savings, and a lower Social Security benefit. So let's kind of dig into these 4 challenges. Number one, we tend to live longer than men. But what that means for retirement is we need to plan for a longer period of time in retirement. At 65, a woman can expect to live another 20.6 years compared with 18 years for a man. So that's extra time we have to be planning for. And then women are often have a higher likelihood of living on their own once they're age 65 and older. So just for comparison of the statistics, married women are about 46% of those women 65 and older. For men, it's 70%. Women, 32% of women 65 and older are widowed, where it's only 11% for men. For divorced and separated, it's pretty comparable, 16% women, 14% men. For divorced separated at age 65 and older. And then it's just the same, single men and women are about 6% at those older ages. So looks like you got it working. Okay, so yeah, that's what we just looked at, that slide there. So perfect. Yay, Maggie. Okay, so perfect. So their third challenge is women are more likely to take career breaks for caregiving. So what that can result in: lost income from employer benefits, potentially a lower Social Security retirement benefit, economic vulnerability in the event of a divorce, or if you're not working and your spouse loses his job or her job. And then possible difficulty finding a comparable job. Like if you've been out of the workforce for a while, you may have to start over again with your earnings. And lastly, if you are someone that's working only part-time or doing some sort of job sharing or some sort of flexible arrangement, of course, that could affect your salary and maybe your ability to advance in your career. The fourth challenge is women generally earn less. So on average, women who work full-time earn about 82% of what men earn. And that's going to impact, if you're earning less, that means you're able to save less. That means your Social Security retirement benefit is less. That means, what you're able to save in your retirement plan is less and your pension could be less, because that all is queuing off how much you are making. And again, with earning less money, that increases your vulnerability to unexpected economic obstacles like a job loss, divorce, being a single parent, illness, or loss of a spouse. So we've got these 4 challenges, and with those in mind, now you want to look at, well, how much are you actually going to need in retirement? And you may have heard kind of a basic rule of thumb of approximately 60 to 90% of your current pre-retirement income. And that's kind of a fast and easy way to do it, but not really that helpful, because it doesn't take into account, what your specific challenges might be in retirement. So you may have different expenses. Maybe you paid off your mortgage, but then your healthcare costs could increase. So you have to factor those sorts of things in. Perhaps you want to travel in your retirement, or you want to pursue a hobby that you weren't able to focus on when you were working. And then, so you really want to kind of drill down on that, what your expenses are, and then project what your future spending might be based on how things can be different for you in retirement. Another really important thing that sometimes is overlooked in planning for retirement is inflation. That can really impact your retirement plan. So what this chart is showing you is assuming 3% inflation in 25 years, what you can buy today for $50,000. In 25 years, you would need more than double that. It's not showing up, but it's approximately 104,000 would buy the same goods and services that you can buy today for $50,000. So it's really important to factor that into your retirement plan. Another thing sometimes folks don't think about is taxes. That's going to take a chunk out of your retirement income. There could be ordinary income tax on things such as interest. There could be capital gains tax for long-term capital gains, qualifying dividends. You might have some tax-free income in the form of municipal bonds or maybe a Roth IRA, which would be a special tax-advantaged account, which we'll talk about a little bit more as we go on here. The other big thing that you really need to factor in besides inflation and taxes, of course, is going to be your healthcare. Healthcare is going to be more expensive as you get older. It's just, you can't avoid that fact. And especially if you have a situation where you care for an ailing spouse and put all the resources towards taking care of that spouse, then when that person passes away and you're the surviving spouse, you could have a depleted savings. And also long-term care. 57% of women over age 65 are going to need that type of care. And that's for those chronic conditions that you are not likely to recover from, things such as needing help with eating, bathing, dressing. For example, if you have a cognitive issue, and the cost of that can be pretty high. It's approximately $7,000 per month in a nursing home. So you want to plan for that for sure as well. The other wild card is, how long will retirement last? Well, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know. With my clients, I'm planning to age 100. We know we're all living longer. We did say early on, it bears repeating, a 65-year-old woman today can expect to live another 20 years, but it's highly likely that life expectancy is going to get longer and longer. And I can see pretty soon where I'm going to have to start planning to age 105. So your retirement could be significant. Okay, so where is that retirement income going to come from? Well, it's been known as like the three-legged stool. It's Social Security for many people, potentially an employer pension, but that's less common these days. And then your individual savings and investments, whether it's in a tax-deferred account or a taxable account. So just to hit the highlights here for Social Security, that's 93% of US workers are covered by Social Security. And it's a major source of guaranteed lifetime income for most Americans. So, but it's not going to cover the whole thing for most people. To qualify for that, you generally need 40 credits or 10 years of work. You could potentially qualify for your spouse's benefits based on his work record, but your maximum spousal benefit is 50% of that. So that benefit's based on the number of years you've worked and the amount that you've earned, and it's going to take into account your 35 highest earning years. The age that you start claiming that benefit it's really important to plan for that. There's a potential differences based on what age you start. There's early retirement at age 62, which is going to be 25 to 30% less of your full retirement age benefit, which depending on the year you're born could be somewhere between age 66 and 67 to get your 100% of your full benefit. And then you could even delay it to age 70 and get 32% more than your full retirement amount. So in the next slide, it's going to show you, so for a person whose normal full retirement age is at age 66, $1,800 is their benefit right there in the middle. If at age 62, if they take the early benefit, it's about $450 less at $1,350. Or if they wait to age 70, significantly more at $2,376. So you're going to want to think through what year you decide to start claiming your Social Security. And part of that could potentially be taxable, depending on what your income is from other sources. I wanted to just kind of briefly go over what an employer pension looks like. You want to understand those payout options. It's a pretty big decision that you want to be thoughtful about. It could be a single life annuity. It could be a qualified joint and survivor annuity. There's often when it's a qualified joint and survivor annuity, you can reduce your own benefit and then have somewhere from 50 to 100% continue to be paid out to your spouse if you pass away before they do. And that's a pretty big decision. So just you would probably want to get help with making that choice. The next slide is going to show you, this is just kind of a hypothetical of what that might look like. So as a single person, your benefit might be $4,000 a month with nothing to a surviving spouse. If you wanted the spouse to get 50% of your benefit, that would decrease your benefit by $200, and then they get half of that, or $1,900 when you pass. Or if you want them to get your full benefit, that means yours would be reduced by $400 a month, and then the spouse would get the same $3,600. So that's just a hypothetical there. So now that we've kind of, okay, here's the challenges that we face, here's how we come up with how much we're going to need, and then what do we actually have? You know, this is how we do planning. We start where we're at and come up with the best plan possible, and then you adjust as you go along in time. But so we know how much income you need for retirement. You subtract out what you're going to receive from Social Security or a pension, and then the gap, that's the additional income you're going to need and that you're going to have to supply from your other retirement savings and taxable savings accounts. So again, a big factor that works against is that they earn less than men in similar jobs. We are likely to work part-time, maybe have fewer years in the workforce, and start saving later and save less. So I really want to highlight that idea right there, and encourage you to think about saving as much as you possibly can and start now. Even if it's a small dollar amount, it can really have a bigger impact down the road in retirement. So work against what women statistically do. Save earlier and save more is definitely my advice. Again, how can you do that? Okay, save more, that's pretty clear, but participate in your employer-sponsored plan. That is really, in my opinion, ground zero for planning for retirement. Max that out first. For example, a lot of people have a 401k that's $19,500 in 2021 is the maximum you can contribute there. If you're over age 50, you could add an additional $6,500 for a total of $26,000. If you're not maxing out your 401k or other retirement plan at work, that's really where you want to put your focus, because it's the easiest way in the world to save money. It comes out of your check before it ever hits your purse. And often, you get used to not having the money, and it's, out of sight, out of mind, I guess I'd say. If you don't have that option, at least do, maybe you're self-employed, could do some sort of plan for yourself, or even just a traditional pre-tax IRA or a Roth IRA that's with after-tax dollars. There, the maximum in 2021 is $6,000, with over age 50 catch-up of $1,000, so $7,000. But you really just need to become educated about what your options are. What are all these different investment vehicles available to you? So what does that look like? Like I was saying, even a small amount can make a big difference. And in this chart, they're comparing two women, Jane and Sally, who each earn $50,000 a year. Jane is saving 5%, Sally's saving 8%. It's a difference of approximately $120 per month. They each save that amount for 15 years. At the end of that period, Jane has saved $37,500. Well, Sally's saved $60,000. If they both earn the same rate of return of 5%, an average rate of return on those savings, after 15 years, Jane is going to have $55,000 and Sally's going to have $89,000. So you can see just a little bit more can significantly impact what's going to be in your future retirement account. And I'll tell you, I've never had a retired client come to me and say, Sam, I just have too much money in retirement. So every little bit helps. So again, why you want to max out at your employer-sponsored retirement plan. There could be, maybe your employer offers a match, and don't leave that free money on the table. Maybe you're participating so that you can get every benefit that is available to you under the plan. Participating in a tax-deferred account allows your money that you would have paid tax instead is in the account and is earning interest, and it can help your retirement account grow faster that way. So even if you don't, like we said before, if you don't have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, look into a traditional IRA or Roth IRA. And again, those catch-up contributions are quite valuable if you're over age 50. So let's say, well, you're pretty close to retirement. You've done everything you can do. Like I said, we plan based on where we are today, and then we go forward. So if you have a shortfall, come up with, okay, here's the income I need in retirement. I know what I'm getting from Social Security or a pension, and it's not going to be enough. Here's what you can do. Well, spend less in retirement, maybe easier said than done. You could delay retirement for a few years. You could work during retirement, perhaps a hobby job or you've always wanted to do, or work part-time, just something to take some of the pressure off. And maybe there's other potential sources of retirement income. So let's break down what these four solutions are. So by delaying retirement, that means more accumulation years or more years to save money for retirement. Then, of course, that's going to shorten your distribution period, or the number of years that you're in retirement and you are drawing on your retirement accounts. You could also, you saw the big difference in Social Security by claiming early or at full benefit, or waiting until age 70. There was a significant difference in the amount that you could potentially receive. Also, by continuing to work, perhaps that means you continue to have access to employer-provided group health insurance, which can be quite costly. So that's a valuable thing to do. So why you might want to consider working during retirement: it's going to reduce the demands on your personal savings. Like we said, potentially give you access to healthcare. Would have a positive effect, hopefully, to increase your future Social Security benefit. And then those non-financial benefits of, continuing to have a schedule and a place to go for work every day, and engaging with other people, and just maybe having more confidence from continuing to work. And you may want to talk to your employer. There's phased retirement programs that potentially won't impact your pension, that allows you to receive part or all of your pension once you've reached the retirement age, but continue to work on a part-time basis. So, you'll have to explore that with your employer. Other ideas, just to throw it out there for potential sources of retirement income. If you own your home, perhaps you could sell it and downsize and invest the proceeds from the sale for income. If you could potentially get a reverse mortgage, maybe you could rent out a room in your house for extra income. And then some people have cash value life insurance policies. You may be able to act that cash to help supplement your income. So, these are all just ideas to think about, but you'll want to be very careful about what you do with those. So I think just really the most important thing I would say is women who know what they have, and they fare better than women who don't. Let's not be the ostrich that puts her head in the sand. Let's just, address what do we have, where are we at, and then we can start planning. So just build that confidence in a balanced financial future by just raising your awareness and taking advantage of all the opportunities that you can. There's a lot of things that you can do to save for your retirement. So that is all I had. Please let me know if you have any questions.
That was great. That was some very quality and thorough information of all the facts you really need to know. I love how you brought out the fact that your money, $50,000 today will be, cost you $100,000 later, 20 years. And you said that we could be living those 20 years, so those, that inflation really does still affect us. It's not like, oh, we'll be gone. It's like, no, I'll be here. I'll have to pay that inflation rate. Which is like, wow, I really do need a lot more money, because you started with a very simple stat of how much money you might need. And it doesn't look like that would be enough.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard women say, I can only live to 87 because I don't have any more money after that. So I have to die at 87 or something like that, because the money's going to run out. But like you say, we're going to have long lives. We're going to be living longer lives. So retirement's a lot of time just to fund.
Yeah, it certainly can be. And so if you just do some sort of planning, then you can kind of take those worries out of the equation. So that's what I mean about taking action, just saying, okay, this is everything I have, this is where I'm at, and then you can start taking those steps to improve your situation.
Yeah, and really, it was when I was running through Target with Maggie and had this whole idea about women and divorced women. This was years ago before we started Purse Strings, and I looked up, and the woman, checking me at the register is retirement age, right? And I go to the next store, and the woman, Costco, handing out the little treats are retirement age, and I thought, oh my gosh, these women, I'm sure they have to work to meet their bills, but like you say, those pension decisions way up front, and kind of contributions that you do to your 401k way up front. You just need to start socking it away there, because with the divorce rate and women aging alone, your future self is really gonna thank you that you didn't buy that extra pair of shoes, or you skipped one of your vacations and you socked it away, because you're really gonna need it. Think about it, 30 years of no income. How are you going to fund that?
Yeah, and I would just also say, again, something is better than nothing. Start where you are now. It doesn't mean, if you can't max out the 401k, that's all right, but make that a goal. Try and work towards that. So, because again, especially given how much time you might potentially have, the putting the power of compound interest to work for you could make that extra, $10, $20 per paycheck have an impact down the road. So
yeah, certainly.
So Samantha, if somebody met with a professional like you, how do you help them align for retirement? Do you help them make this plan of the best steps forward, working with the numbers they currently have, or what would your position be?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just talking to a potential new client before this seminar or meeting. She's in the process of completing her divorce. She's got, a retirement account. She's got a college savings account. She has money that's not really working for her. And so she doesn't even really have a plan. She just is like a squirrel with these nuts all over the place. And so how I would help her is to just kind of organize them, bring them all together in one umbrella comprehensive plan where, these are her goals, this is her timeline, and this is her comfort level with risk. And then we put all those factors into the plan and, build her confidence that things are going to work out for her down the road. So,
which is awesome, because I feel like, it's some money up front for sure, but in the long run really helps you have somebody make your plan and have more of a secure retirement. So sometimes it's about investing in yourself and in your plan to really have that long-term effects of saving money.
Yeah, and I think you make money by leveraging it in the way that professionals know will best serve you.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee it, but that is always the goal for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. We really appreciate you coming on here tonight and sharing your expertise and really what how your profession can help other women when they are going through any different stages of ebbing and flowing in life and trying to figure out retirement. So we really appreciate you coming on tonight, Samantha, and we'll put out our step-by-step little overview tomorrow. And tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, we'll have Marla and Michelle on for a home buying seminar. So it's for first homeowners, and if you're getting a new home, it's going to be packed with information about 90 minutes long.
Yeah, great. Looking forward to it. So thank you, Samantha. We appreciate your time tonight and all your expertise. It's all about start now. Start today. Right tonight.
That's
open
right.
an account. Lock it away.
That's right.
Go to Purse Strings if you need a professional. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good Friday night. Good
Okay,
night.
TGI.
Yeah.